So the iPad Pro Mini LED, the 2021 iPad Mini, or simply the Mini 6, and the 2021 regular iPad Pro were all set to be announced and released this month. Well, I got some news for you. Welcome folks to another tech update or tech news segment of the channel here. Now, as April is rolling in, actually it's right around the corner. We're looking at just a few days away from April here. Many people, including myself, are left kind of confused as to when the new Apple tablet are supposed to be dropped exactly. Now, remember, today is March 25th of 2021, of course. So it's exactly it's a 1 year anniversary of when the iPad Pro from last year was released. And as of today, as of the shooting of this video on the 25th of March, no Apple tablets have been released, or at least the ones that were supposed to be released in the first quarter of this year have not been released just yet. And I'm talking specifically about the 3 iPads that I listed at the intro of the video there. Now, a good chunk of Apple news have been spilling out there, and a lot of it coming from the man himself, the master leaker of Apple news, Mr. John Prosser from FPT. Or Fapata, or Front Page Tech, like he likes to say. But he's been providing generally accurate information about Apple, upcoming events and things like that. So no one, and I mean nobody, well, except maybe for Tim Cook himself, but no one saw Apple throwing this curveball. And in short, by that, I mean that Apple's event rumored to happen on the 23rd of March did not happen. I just wanted to say this just in case it wasn't clear. But long before that happened, John was actually so convinced that this event was going to happen on the 23rd of March that he actually bet his eyebrows on it. And needless to say, because it didn't happen, he had to shave off his eyebrows live. Well, maybe not live, but he did shave it as he was shooting his most recent episode. And I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check out that video as he's, shaving that stuff off. In that video, it's pretty funny stuff. But anyways, that was just a quick refresher, just in case you were kind of, out of the loop as far as what's happening with the current iPad releases. Either way, we are still expecting 3 iPads to be released as far as this first, well, now we're thinking more second quarter of this year. And the first one of those 3 iPads is going to be the iPad Pro Mini LED. It's a new display technology that Apple is pushing on iPads out there. It's very well anticipated. And according to many leaks, this particular type of display would only be available on the larger model of the upcoming iPad Pro, so the 12.9 inches. Also, according to Mac rumors, either one of the iPad Pros is loaded with the Apple A14X Bionic chip, a Thunderbolt port. So I would imagine you can anticipate faster transfer times, with that Thunderbolt, and also the ability to connect external, to external monitors, also to just any external accessories that kind of require, or that requires a Thunderbolt port. This new generation of iPad Pros is going to be loaded with much more improved cameras, tagged with HDR3 and Dolby Vision recording technology. It is also very likely to be compatible with the current Magic Keyboard, but also could potentially support a newer version of the Apple Pencil, but we're not sure of that just yet. Oh, by the way, if this is your first time visiting, well, welcome to the channel here. Now, if you do like the content so far, I truly appreciate that. Now, please do me a huge favor. Hit both the like and the subscribe button there if you could. I would very, very much appreciate it. That's one of the best ways to support the channel here. But anyways, it seems like all of this won't see the day until sometime in April, so definitely a big delay there, and this is according to DigiTimes. Another thing to add here is that mass production for these particular iPads is not projected until sometime after mid-April. Now, the new iPad Pro news have taken over so much of the news, of the tech news, that the iPad Mini 6 seemed to just kind of be non-existent. Well, that and the fact that so far very limited information has been leaked about the iPad Mini. It's just not as popular as the iPad Pro. According to some of the rumors that we've seen so far, and this one was posted by Tech Radar, we are looking at a possibly 8.5-inch display, so slightly larger than the 7.9 from last year, and it won't be upgraded to a USB Type-C like we have seen in the case of like the new iPad Air or even the iPad Pro. It is likely to be loaded with the A13 Bionic chip, and that is a pretty powerful chip, so you're looking at a pretty spec'd out iPad mini here. And with that being said, you can anticipate the price to possibly be higher than the previous version was when it came out. The other things to consider that still have kind of, big question marks to them is, the looks of it. Is this thing still going to look the way all of the previous iPad minis have looked? A little bit the same deal as it is a case with the regular iPad. Historically, they've all had that budget look with the thick bezel at the top and the thin bezel on the side there. Understandably, because you have Touch ID at the bottom. And we might also wonder, is it going to support the new Apple Pencil is coming out? Is that going to be the one that it supports, or the Apple Pencil 2, and so forth? Also, one thing that I love to see on devices, and I'm hoping it's still on the iPad mini, would be that headphone jack, right? So there's another big question mark there. Is the headphone jack going to be on the new iPad mini? Apple has been pretty good at keeping some of this stuff under wrap, but I guess we should know all about this soon enough, so sometime in April. And with all of that being said, I'm still very excited to see what Apple has in store for us, right? So it'll be really exciting to see what they come out with, especially that iPad Pro mini LED. I would love to see what that's going to be like. I can't wait till it comes out. And also, one last thing I want to add here, going back to that front page tech story, is that John has a way of mixing tech and humor that's, I personally think is funny. Some people might not, but a good chunk of people think he's really funny. And he has a very witty way of mixing both together. So it was really good to see him do his regular John being silly and giving, pushing out tech news, and at the same time turn that whole, eyebrows debacle into a kind of a fundraiser for these kids who are cancer patients, kind of raising awareness for that and also donating that money to help these kids. I personally think that was a very, very noble thing to do. But anyways, I hope you found this video informative. Of course, I would love to join you in a discussion in the comment section about these iPads coming out. What do you think of them? What do you anticipate is going to happen here? Of course, as always, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, share this video if you know anyone who'll be interested in it. And again, I'm going to catch you in the comment section and also in the next video. And up until then, stay safe out there.